And what's up, you guys? Welcome to the Mango Grove. My name is Krisha, and this is today's Zilliqa analysis video. Now, I know that many of you have had your eyes on Zilliqa, and rightfully so. I mean, look at this beauty move, right? I think it's already done a good 2x relative to Bitcoin, so that's pretty interesting. Now, I want to go into the Mango dashboard to see if what is Zilliqa telling us on this dashboard. I'm going to go ahead and select that filter. So now we will be going over both pairs today, okay, for Zilliqa. That way we get a better view of what is going on and whether or not Zilliqa has a little more oomph in it. Now, I do believe from my preliminary analysis that Zilliqa actually has a little more way to go. Okay, now Zilliqa USDT on the Mango dashboard is still long. Okay, now it gave us the long signal 1 month ago. I believe that was along with Theta. Okay, Theta's long signal also came in a month ago, and whoever caught this one, you are currently up 168%. Okay, and Zilliqa BTC also long. This signal also came in a month ago. Also, you are up 102% if you manage to get that call on the dashboard. By the way, for those of you who don't have the dashboard, I will link the dashboard above. Okay, there's an absolutely free version. You guys can go ahead, check it out, play around with it, and see what's possible on here. Okay, so Zilliqa is looking good on the dashboard, so that's good. Now, the first thing I usually like doing when I am, when I'm starting off my analysis, I like drawing in those high-level horizontals. Okay, so we're going to start off with the weekly time frame, and I'm just going to draw horizontals closer to, well, current price action. I mean, guys, look at this chart. Holy moly. This is insane. Okay, so we got one here and one here, and it seems like that's about it, right? And possibly one right here. And yeah, that's that. Let's get on to the 2-day time frame. Anything on this time frame? Nope. I believe we have that right there. How about the daily? Okay, no, these are the only three support and resistance lines I managed to derive from the daily going all the way up to the weekly. Now, from where price is at to the next point of resistance, that is another 20%, and I do believe that Zilliqa can get there. Okay, now the 20% to the upside. This chart has been volatile, but man, has been gorgeous. Okay, so now let's go ahead, put on that, that Ichimoku cloud. By the way, for those of you who don't have access to the Ichimoku cloud, or you're kind of on that basic trading view account and you're kind of struggling to get in more than 3 indicators, Mango, we do have this. At Mango, we do have the Mango ribbon. Okay, we're giving this out for free. It's basically, I'm gonna go ahead, pull up the Mango ribbon. Okay, you get access to, well, four to 5 EMAs and MAs, including, okay, plus the Ichimoku cloud. Okay, you're going to get our default settings. You won't be able to play around with the settings of the cloud, but you'll be getting our cloud settings plus all our EMAs that you can play around with. Now, if you want access to this, I will include a link in the description below. Okay, so you can just sign up there and I will grant you access to the Mango ribbon. It's a good tool to have in your arsenal if you are someone who is actively trading, and especially if you are someone who is on a basic trading view account. Okay, it's good to have these things on your chart. Very, very important, EMAs and MAs and Ichimoku, they're good guides to price action. But anyways, coming back onto the chart, now I'm going to go ahead and pull up that Ichimoku cloud again. And what I have noticed is that, guys, the cloud is green. Okay, we had a beautiful, beautiful TK cross a while ago, that bullish TK cross. But I want you to also notice how every touch of that daily 21 EMA has been a beautiful buy opportunity. Every touch of the 21 EMA, I mean, just look at how quickly that got bought back up, right? So that's 15%. That was a 15% wick. This right here was another 13% wick. I mean, this has been a bullish chart, and I do believe we're getting up to this region right here at around 0.15 cents. Okay, now here's what I'm looking at. This may come down, but right now, what is to note that this is only going to be possible if Bitcoin does something crazy. Okay, now it's always Bitcoin really shitting on the altcoin party, right? But right now, I do believe if I had to really place my bet somewhere, I think that Zilliqa is likely to go up. Okay, and I'm going to tell you why. If you pan on over to the 4-hour time frame on Zilliqa USDT, I'm actually noticing this symmetrical triangle. Okay, now the thing with triangles, guys, I want you to be very, very careful while playing patterns, because I'll be honest with you, I don't have a position on Zilliqa, so I'm not entirely sure what the liquidity on the books looks like right now. Okay, but if the liquidity is low, Okay, and there's one person with big enough bags, whether it's a market maker, it's a, you know, a big whale trader, they're able to paint these patterns very easily, okay? And they know that there are a lot of people that are looking out for these patterns and that they are going to be playing them. Okay, so when I'm usually playing these patterns, I'm looking for an added confirmation. And for me, the added confirmation is going to be volume. Okay, I want to see volume, and every time there's a break of the pattern, I want to see a volume push. And I don't think this is it. However, it's not always necessary that the volume comes in on that first push. Okay, the volume can come in on the second leg up. But right now, this looks like a break of the pattern. This looks like a break of the triangle. Okay, and if we kind of just draw in that measured move, okay, where does this measured move take Zilliqa to? Okay, we broke here, and voila. Okay, it takes Zilliqa to 0.147 cents. All right, not too far. I think if we manage to get up there, we're definitely coming up to this point of resistance right here, which is also a major weekly resistance for Zilliqa. And I mean, Zilliqa does really well off of, you know, support and resistance on those high time frames. I mean, this is going to be a very volatile zone, and I think we've already seen that. Because as soon as we took out this resistance here, okay, we took it out on the weekly, had a perfect retest. Right? I mean, of course, we sold off throughout the week, but only for the week to get eaten back up, right? And settle above that line of resistance. Okay, so it was resistance turned into support, and what do you know? We had a massive move to the upside. I mean, what was this? Let's do this. This was a 43% move to the upside. And every time I see zones like this, where price has either just dumped or pumped, I look at these zones as high volatility zones. Okay, and I'm usually anticipating price to meet its support and resistances within that zone. I think that Zilliqa could very well start oscillating here. Now, I am anticipating from what's going on those lower time frames that Zilliqa USDT actually come up and fulfill that measured move to the next resistance at around 0.156 cents. If that plays out, guys, like I said in the beginning of this video, that's a good 20 to 22% to the upside. Okay, that is not a small range, but be careful. Okay, I want to see a little more volume here. I want to see more of that push here. Okay, because like I said, there's always that one player that can drive the market, and sometimes even if that player does drive the market, you want to see the other players in the market also come and support price. Okay, so I'll be looking for that now. But right now, Zilliqa USDT, guys, bullish. Okay, now let's get on to Zilliqa BDC, because now when you're looking at altcoins, okay, you're just looking at coins in general, just crypto. You want to make sure that you're always on, you know, you've taken the better bet. Now, between Zilliqa and Bitcoin, okay, when you're looking at the Zilliqa Bitcoin chart, you're basically looking at how, you know, which coin is performing better. Is it Zilliqa or is it Bitcoin? Okay, and if Zilliqa Bitcoin is pumping, it is basically telling you that, hey, between Zilliqa and Bitcoin, Zilliqa is performing better. You're about to have more gains if you put your money, if you place your bets on Zilliqa. Okay, so that's how I like reading the charts when I'm looking at the BDC pairings. Okay, now let's actually go ahead and do the same thing. We're going to follow the same process on ZIL BDC as well. I'm going to get rid of my volume there. It's just in my way. Okay, now the first thing I want to do is, well, put in those SNR levels. Man, wow, guys, this is looking so good. This is looking so good. Oh my god. Okay, so I think 3 is enough. I don't want to get ahead of myself here. I mean, that will look a little too bullish, prematurely bullish. But no, this is looking good so far. Okay, ZIL BDC on that weekly time frame is looking good, and I want you to know it's the same thing. And this is where SNR really kicks in, and this is where it is so powerful, right? Zilliqa, actually no, I'm gonna zoom out there for a bit, but I want to see how long had Zilliqa been hovering, you know, under this this resistance here at around that 9 sat level, that 90 sat level. Okay, we've been hovering underneath that since August of 2019. So it's almost been like a year since Zilliqa has been underneath this resistance here. Okay, we took it out quite significantly, I might add. We came down, had an okay retest of that. So we tested these wicks here, this wick here, this wick here, and boom. But that was your major tell that, dude, Zilliqa is about to run. Okay, so this was looking, as soon as price took this out, that was your sign to get the hell in. Okay, so now Zilliqa on the weekly still looking good. If we have to meet the next sort of point of resistance on the weekly, okay, which is sitting only here at around that 213 sat level, from where price is at right now, going all the way to that point of resistance, that's another 51% to the upside. Okay, that's a big move. Okay, so this is ZIL on the weekly. Now let's get on to, I want to see if there are any more, you know, SNR zones that we can draw. I do believe we have one right around here. Yep, I think that's good. Okay, now this is on that 2-day time frame. I mean, let's put on that that daily cloud as well. Daily Ichimoku cloud. Come on, load. Okay, and this picture is also bullish. Like, it's clearly trending on something much lower than the daily time frame, right? So we have the cloud is green, price is over the cloud. We have a beautiful bullish TK cross. You know, we're holding, and notice the same thing on ZIL BTC as well. Every touch of that daily 21 EMA has been a beautiful buy. Okay, beautiful buy. Now let's actually put on the 10 SMA as well. I want to see where the 10 is at. Oh wow, look at how aggressively that's moving up. That is insane. Okay, this is bullish. Let's get on to the 4 hours. Clearly trending on something lower. Okay, so this is what I see. Okay, now the first thing that pops out, now for those of you who are watching my videos for the first time, people, I'm known as Pattern Queen. Okay, now I have been given the title because the first thing that always pops out to me on the screen are patterns. I don't know, I can't help myself, but I'm noticing this falling wedge here. Okay, I do believe that this too has broken out. All right, and let's actually plot in that measured move. I'm gonna depict that using a horizontal ray right there. Okay, now that is gonna be the measured move of the falling wedge. I also want to see if we have volume to confirm that falling wedge. You want to see like a descending volume profile. Okay, and I do believe that we have that. However, once again, I want to see that volume push to the upside. Okay, so, but I think what will really kind of solidify this picture, also, if you don't see the volume push, okay, there are going to be times where you don't see it. However, price still goes all the way up to meet its measured move. Okay, at that point, I'm looking at lower level horizontals to really guide me in whether or not, okay, the volume is not here, but then what is it that I'm looking at to really, you know, for me to understand whether or not I need to get into the trade. And so I start looking at horizontals, and I do believe that if, let me take this out. If Zilliqa takes this region out here, excuse me, basically I'm looking at that next 4 hour wick. If we manage to take this wick out here, I think we're going up. Okay, at which point I'll be anticipating another move, at which point I will get in on that break. Okay, that's still going to be a good 12% if it meets its measured move, but at which point, if we manage to get up there, guys, I am actually looking for Zilliqa to have continuation, further continuation to the upside. Okay, so I'll be looking for that. Now this is, man, this is looking strong. I mean, just look at that move. And I also want you to notice something. Zilliqa seems to be doing really well on these falling, sort of falling wedges. Okay, so we also had one here. Notice that? Okay, we had one falling wedge right here. Apologies. And did we meet the measured move? I feel like it does really well. Yeah, look at that. Like to the T, we met the measured move, you know, met with resistance, only to take that resistance out, have another test, and then one more run to the upside. And so this actually does pretty damn well. This is good stuff. Okay, and I do believe, do we have something here too? This was more like a bull flag, more like a symmetrical triangle. Yeah, more like a symmetrical triangle. This one also broke to the upside. So Zilliqa actually does pretty damn well on these patterns. Now, actually, let's go ahead and put on our Ichimoku cloud and see where we are relative to those levels. I'm going to clear out all the patterns on my chart just to, you know, for a little more clarity. This too is looking really good, guys. I'm actually going to expect the 10 SMA to cross back over the 21 EMA if Zilliqa keeps pumping from here. What is to note here is that we have taken back that Tenkin. Closing over the Tenkin on that 4 hour time frame is going to be a bullish picture. Okay, in terms of really taking out levels, because I want you to notice how every time Zilliqa has trended, we have never lost that Tenkin. Okay, taking out that Tenkin like we did here. Okay, we took out the Tenkin and we started using it as underneath support. We never lost it, and we are going to do that again. Okay, if we close, I'll be looking for a retest of the Tenkin here. at around 135 sats, and I'll be looking to ride this to the upside. So yeah, I mean, this is all I have for you for Zilliqa. I do believe that the Zilliqa USDT chart is bullish, as well as the Zilliqa BTC chart is bullish. Now, if things take a turn, if Bitcoin decides to, well, shit on the party, and you are someone holding Zilliqa, I'll be careful if price loses this Kijun, the 4-hour Kijun right here. Okay, taking out these wicks right here at around 126 sats is going to paint a bearish picture for ZIL, at which point I do believe that we are going to lose that overall trend. All right, and I do believe that the next point, if we lose the Kijun, the next point is only going to be here at around 114 sats, which, while it may look, you know, like a very small range on my chart, it is not. Okay, that's about 10% to the downside. So I'm careful, but right now, what is to note, ZIL is looking bullish, okay? Both on the Bitcoin pairing as well as the USD pairing. So yeah, this is all I have for you for today. With this, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way, guys. Ciao.